What are the key tenets that you teach the clients that you work with?
So maybe I can answer the question in a slightly different way, but still get it. So rather than those because we preach about future fit leadership, and we have particular tenets that we've seen from research that leaders show in the way in which they behave, the way in which they live. But actually, I think the biggest thing for us, reflecting on it, is the framing of that transformational journey. Sure. And I see it a lot with the people that we talk to and the leaders that we talk to, is that they are so caught up with the disruption. So use the example of The Wizard of Oz. I love old movies. Okay, so let's talk Wizard of Oz. Now, Dorothy gets picked up by a cyclone. Yeah. This disruption, that's really the fourth industrial revolution.
So that's what's happening to leaders at the moment, right?
Now,
and they're feeling helpless.
Dorothy couldn't do anything about that. Sure. She was picked up. She had no control over the fact that she was picked up in this cyclone. Okay? Yeah. So she couldn't get out. Now, she could start trying to fight the cyclone and try and go, I'm going to go. But that wasn't the whole point of The Wizard of Oz, right? Yeah. The point with Wizard of Oz is where she landed. She suddenly landed in this technicolor, beautiful place called Oz, compared to the black and white.
Pretty crazy freaking people as well.
It was. But that's what the story was. The story wasn't about the technology. It wasn't about this disruption. It was about her journey. It was the challenges that she went through. It was about the people that she met, how she worked with those people to try and achieve an ultimate objective. Sure. You know, and I think that's what a lot of leaders aren't getting, is they're focused so much on the technology, they're focused so much on this fact that there is disruption, that they're forgetting that this is a journey. And we've got an exciting journey ahead. It's how you frame your mind to it that is going to make that succeed.
So that's fascinating. So what you're saying is as much of a psychological reaction as it is a technical reaction to this revolution.
Yeah, and it's seen in all the conferences, all the events out there. If you have a look at the tech landscape, I promise you 95% are on the latest technologies or business stories of rolling out the technologies and the challenges they're facing. Hardly anyone is talking about the culture, the people, the structures that need to be in place, the way that leaders need to behave. Sure. You know, and that's 50% of the thing. That's Dorothy's journey. The difference is Dorothy in the movie, for example, she got back to Kansas. We ain't going back to Kansas. You know, it's like the book, the original book from 1900.
So just on that note, I mean, I think with regards to this change and the revolution and all that sort of thing, what are your top pieces of advice just to kind of leave with in terms of speaking to the viewer and particularly the leaders out there, the project managers, the leaders, the ones who are like you had to go through this period of transformation and lead a team. What would you advise the leaders listening to this?
What's interesting, some of the stuff that we went through is now starting to come out through the research. And I think the first bit of proper research into this cultural people side of digital transformation has only just really sort of come out of MIT this year. And the things that they've seen were very much the things that we saw. It was changing your structures that you work in, getting away from that hierarchy. It needs to take an agile approach to your work. It's about increasing adaptability. Okay. You know, you have to get away from this fear of failure. You know, and that's then developing learning cultures. It's about bringing in greater collaboration, and from a leadership perspective, one core thing is direction, and that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed from 1950 to now. But I think the difference is
what do you mean by that? Sorry, the direction as in knowing which direction that you are going.
Being able to paint that picture of potential.
Okay, got it.
Being able to tell a story so that when your staff close their eyes and listen to it, they can go, I see what we can become.
This is what we're doing.
And you might not know, the leader's not, in the past they were expected to map out the routes, put that strategy in place. It's about setting such a great picture that it resonates emotively, that it aligns with purpose, with the people that are there. You know? And they will then find that route. It's being able to dissolve that power down is another big thing. You know, for leaders to be able, and that's what Agile's about really, to allow those people to, if they know they're going for that goal, it's getting them there. And those are the sort of things that are now being seen to be proven are the difference between the digitally mature organisations and those that are lagging.